Howdy, my name's Valerian, and it is time for another interesting little build. Today I'm going to talk about doing some RedPower mechanics to solve what I think is one of RedPower's biggest problems, and that is the inability to generate power where you actually want it. RedPower generates power with solar panels primarily, also with wind turbines that are really hard to put in narrow underground enclosed locations. Thermopiles are just ridiculously slow, so if you need any real amount of Blutricity, yeah, you're kind of out of luck. So what we're going to do is we are going to use a filter and a retriever to charge up some batteries. We are then going to transport them somehow. In this case I'm using an ender chest to just show that that's possible. And then we will reverse the setup over here to fill batteries. So what I've got right now is some batteries. The metadata between empty and full batteries is different, so you can treat them like they're different objects. Inside a battery, the top slot is used for charging batteries. So this is our charging station, so we are only wanting to interact with the top slot. Unfortunately, we want to both pull and push from that slot. You know what? Something is kind of weirding me out real quick. I'm going to put a cover on here just to eliminate any possible attempts to interact with the side of that I just noticed. Anyways, so the top slot is the charging slot. If you put an empty battery in the top slot of a full battery, you'll see that it charges up very quickly. The bottom slot is the discharge slot, so, you know, the opposite happens. When this battery is fully full, its metadata is different. You'll also notice that the empty batteries stack and the full batteries do not. So what I've got here is a filter set to pull empty batteries out of the adjacent inventory. There's a bunch of empty batteries in here. The only valid place for it to go is this one slot up here. So if this receives a redstone signal, it will pull an empty battery out here. Let's go ahead and throw a lever down and show that. So we give it a quick pulse. It pulled an empty battery out and pushed it into the top. Now if I pulse this again, it's going to go, hey, I can't do that. It's also going to kind of wedge up, but that's all right. And the minute that gets out of there, it'll try to send that signal again. So we need to be a little bit careful about timing on that, but I leave that to your imagination to solve. The other machine here is the retriever. This is a much more advanced machine. It's basically a remote filter, and instead of pushing, it pulls. So the retriever pulls a given item. We've given this retriever a full battery and told it to pull only full batteries. So if it sees a full battery in any attached inventory space, it'll pull that. Since this is the only attached inventory space, this is the only place it can pull from. So if we pulse over here, now it's, I don't have a good way of pulsing just that. Actually, you know what, here's what we'll do. We'll just pulse that, because that sent the signal to both. That will charge up this battery. We will then pulse again, and you notice that that battery came out. It was kind of fast, so we'll do it again real quick. We'll see the retriever pulled that, spat that out. If we look in here real quick, we see dunk. That arrives. So putting a timer, in this case I have like a, what is this, a 20-second timer set up on here? That's about how long it takes this particular charging station to generate enough power to fill one battery. So that battery's full. We're waiting for the timer to tick. Once it ticks, we'll see both machines fire, push an empty battery out and a full battery back. So we see the full battery comes out, and this will eventually fill up with full batteries. If we go over to the remote side, we are doing the exact opposite, except this time we're interacting with the bottom of the battery box. Because yeah, alright, so this has an empty battery in it because it's already been discharged. We look, because they're ender chests, it's a shared storage. So we have a retriever here set to pull empty batteries out of the bottom, and a filter set to push full batteries into the bottom. So if we set this ticker going, it will do the exact same thing. Let's give it a pulse just to start it off. So sure enough, now that empty battery is going back in, that full battery went out. We'll watch here when that pulses, that empty battery went out and a full battery went in, and we're charging. What will eventually happen is this side will get full. And these batteries will stop discharging. You'll notice right here, this battery is not completely empty. So it shouldn't get pulled out anymore. When the next tick is about to happen, tick. You'll notice that battery stayed there. So now we're just waiting because this battery box is full. We would want to transfer the power, with something other than this. This is just kind of a silly thing. There's nothing right now really using this power, so that's why it's not sending it over that wire. But otherwise, we got juice here, and we didn't have to generate it. There's no power generation over here. It's only been charged via batteries. Goat. If let's go ahead and do something about the fact that this is being a little bit strange on us. Let's go ahead and stop this ticker because we're full in this one battery. We need to get more juice out here, though. This isn't drawing it for some reason. So let's go ahead and break those up and try to just set up a wire over here. I'm wondering if alright, so we've got those. Set up this battery. You'll notice if I stick an empty battery in here, nope, it is gaining charge. So I don't know why it's not balancing. That's just kind of a quirk of however Blutricity balances, but this thing's still been going. It's still been charging these things. We're almost completely charged. Let's set up something to use some power on this end. Maybe that'll do it. So let's go ahead and get a Bluelectric furnace here. We'll just slap that over there. Sure enough, that's drawing power. Let's see if this is drawing power from over here. And it appears to be. So it is actually taking power from over there. It's kind of slow, but if we were to... That's a quirk of the wiring more than anything else. We are slowly getting this. I bet if I put some more batteries over here, it might prioritize it a little bit more. I'm not sure. See there, that pulled a little bit more juice. And that's almost done. I mean, this has a lot of energy there. But let's go ahead and just throw a bunch of tin dust in here to start cooking. And so that oven will cook. And you'll notice we are still pulling power from over this way. With this thing on the timer, it should keep these topped off. You'll notice that that is actually flickering. So as soon as that energy is pulled out, it will do its thing. So the next cycle, it'll finally empty that empty battery out and do a full one instead. You know what I'm actually going to do? How about let's do this? This might make it a little bit more effective. We'll put that there. And now the one with the battery in it is only dealing that way, and this one should help that. But yeah, there we go. We are generating power over here. We are storing powered batteries in a chest. We are then consuming them over on this end and using the power without generating any Blutricity locally and without, too much infrastructure. You can make, this is probably about as compact as you can make this particular system. You can maybe squeeze it a little bit tighter, but this is pretty tight as it is. So there you have it. The retriever and the filter working together let you push and pull items out of the same inventory slot. I've done this with industrial craft engines and batteries before as well. See, this is still cooking away. So my name is Larry, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.